Alright, scholars, I'm going to go over the finding the area for two shapes. I know some of us had a little bit of a complication solving for that, so go ahead and watch as I do my steps and how I solve it. So focus on the labs I'm going to utilize to solve this problem, okay? Okay, so John is building a raised garden in the shape of an L, composed of two rectangles. He needs to build a plywood top for his garden. Based on the side lanes in the following diagram, how much plywood in square feet does John need to buy? So I'm going to go ahead and work out this problem by reading it. I read it once. I'm going to go back and look for those special words that are going to help me find out what exactly am I looking for. So he built an L-shaped garden, right, composed of two rectangles, meaning it's made out of two rectangles. He needs to build a plywood top. If he's building a top for his garden, I know that top is going to cover all of this, right? All of this right here. So if it's covering the entire top, then I know that that is the space inside. And I know that space inside means what? Space inside means area, right? That is my space inside, and I know that area is equal to length times width, right? Length times width. So it's going to be my formula that I'm going to utilize because I'm looking for, based on the question, how much plywood in square feet. They're asking me for square feet. In square feet, again, another clue word that tells me that we're looking for area. So now, scholars, I have this picture here, right? I have all these sides. I have this side here, and this side here. I do not have this side and this side, right? And they said I have two rectangles. So the first thing I need to do, after I have read and annotate the problem, I'm going to label the lengths and widths of each rectangle. So I'm going to have to divide my shape. And I know that this looks like a square, but it's actually a rectangle. Miss Smith did not draw it out very well. But this is both of these are rectangles. This is just a smaller rectangle, right? But it's not a square. So now, let's look. So I know if this is 10 feet, this is 5 feet, then how much is this? And these are the same, right? This side is equal to this side, so that's 5 feet. Now, if this is 4 feet and this is 5 feet, then what side is this? This is 5 feet. So now I have divided my shape into two shapes. Now, scholars, I need to find the area. First, I need to find the area of this square. Area equals length times width. And then I need to find the area of this square. Rectangle, not square, rectangle. Length times width. So now, I know that this is, my length is this on this side, and this is my width, right? So I have my length and my width. So now I'm going to plug it in. Area equals to 5 feet times 4 feet, right? And now here, I'm going to do the same thing. So I know that this is my length and this is my width. And I found this because, remember, I had to cut my shape. Once I cut my shape, I'm able to fill in the missing sides because I know that rectangles have two sides that are the same, right? That's a special thing about rectangles. Opposite sides are equal. Opposite sides are equal, so this side is equal to this side, and this side is equal to this side. This side is equal to this side. And this side is equal to this side. So this whole side, how much does it measure? 10 feet, right? Because if I add these two, but I'm not using this whole side. I'm going to break it down because it's two different shapes that I'm finding the area for. So that is 5 and 5. So now, let's fill in this. Length is what? 10 feet. Times width is 5 feet. Right? Here's my width. My width. Now, can I solve after I have labeled all my sides and I have plugged in or written down my formula and I've plugged in my numbers? Now I'm going to solve, right? Because it's asking me for the entire area of the shape. So now my rectangle number 1, rectangle 1 is equal to length times width. That is my area for length times width. This is for my rectangle number 1. And that is area is equal to 10 feet times 5 feet. So 10 times 5, that is 50 feet squared, or 50 square feet. Okay, so that is rectangle number 1. Now rectangle number 2, I'm going to do the same thing. Rectangle number 2 is equal to area is equal to length times width. The length is, remember over here, the length is 5 feet. The width is 4 feet. So 5 feet times 4 feet. That is equal to my area. Now what's 5 times 4? 5 times 4 is 20 square feet. That is the area. Now, scholars, if I want to find the area for the entire thing, I know that this is 50 square feet, and this is 20 square feet. So now what do I need to do? I need to combine both areas, right? So I need to take rectangle number 1 plus rectangle number 2, rectangle number 1 plus rectangle number 2, and that is going to give me my total area. So that is rectangle number 1 is 50 square feet plus rectangle number 2, which is 20 square feet. And so 50 plus 20, 5 plus 2 is 7, plus the 0, I'm adding, right? That's 70 square feet. Or 50 plus 20, right? 7, 0, 7 square feet. That's my total area. It's my total area. And that is how you solve this problem.